Good evening. It's almost like I just had deja vu, you know. It's almost like we've done this before.
We did, but no one was watching.
Oh dear. And we'll come back to that in a bit. Welcome everyone. This is the Layback Vape Show. We are episode number, that one, 152. Welcome along. We have Stu from Vape Smarter joining us this evening. Big welcome to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. We will quickly do a little vape buffet like we do and like almost every other show in the entire world does. Let's start with Stu. What are you vaping on, sir? And what liquid do you have in your vape device?
I should have known this one, shouldn't I? It's my workshop mod, which has got a smashed end on it, and it's a lost vape. It's gross. It's got a cracked screen, dodgy board, and it's wrecked.
You're really selling that mod.
hey, I make mods, by the way. This is what I'm doing, and I dropped my. Actually, hang on, I've got to look. What's it called?
The gross.
That's the tank.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Oh, hang on, let me get it there. There it is. That's the tank that's on it.
Dead Rabbit V3.
Yeah. Now this is the I had one before and dropped it, and it carried on working, and it was fine. And then for some reason it started shorting inside it in the positive pin, and I thought, well, I can take it apart, I can do this, I can do that, and then I just brought a tank. So it's kind of it is what it is, and it does what it does, and I it's what I use in the workshop. So
yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've got one. Pretty good.
Look at that. Yeah, but you haven't got one of those beautiful dodgy caps that don't fit. I took the cap out of it and used it on a different mod. So, I should be. My wife tells me that you must have your own mod and display it, but I haven't. So,
it's all good.
We'll get into that probably a bit later.
And what juice are you using in that? Or liquid?
I'm just using an Aurora. It's just an Aurora 3 milligram juice. It's like a mother's milk type of juice.
Yeah. Okay.
It's lovely. It's lovely stuff. It's kind of like 6 milligram. So it's about 6 milligram nicotine. So it's 100 ml short fill. Just tip it in. There you go.
Good stuff.
So you get a fair amount. I've had quite a few juices sent to me. You get juices. So some of them are nice, some of them are not. But Chris has sent me loads of juices, and I use loads of Chris's juices at Lee, Joe, X, and other different people.
Yeah, I've got one of those up here. Britannia custard.
Oh, gorgeous!
Nice. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to. Lovely. Who would you like to pass it around to, Stu?
Steve.
Thank you, sir. I've got the usual
Centurus tank, Centurus M200. Then that, as usual, got the Cyber Rabbit Aradon. And then I've got the Dead Rabbit Solo with the Odin 100. Inside of that, I've got some Why Not Berry Mashup.
Why not indeed?
It's very nice.
Why not?
And that
Why
is
not?
me, Kurt.
Yeah, I'm just going to let the team down here again.
Pod.
Pod. I am on the Vapresso Cross 3
Nothing wrong with
with some re-salt fruit salad by Dispergo.
that. Ah, yes. Heard of that one.
That company, you know.
That company. Yeah.
And I'm on the dot pod with some pink sours from Dr. Vapes. And I'm also chugging on the Lightsaber with a little bit of energy drink by who is it?
Don't know.
Crazy Vapes.
Crazy
Vapes. Over to you, Eon.
Thanks, Kurt.
You're
Right.
welcome.
I've got my Lux Q that I've had fairly recently. Still quite like it. I think the X-Ross is probably my favourite.
It's the
Inside
cross.
there,
Don't say the X-Ross.
Cross, X-Ross, Unreal 3, pineapple, lemon and lime. That's exactly what it is, Ian. My dot mod AIO with the Nautilus coil inside it. Inside of that, I got some Rachel Rabbit lemon pear raspberry. I feel like I'm going on a bit.
A bit.
The Lost Vape Grist with a Suckers tank on top.
Because
Inside, got some of this that I really like, fugly but sweet caramel blondie.
Blondie is a good one.
It is good. And just lastly, bit of Fresco, because I haven't had Fresco fruits for ages. Raspberry and apple. And that's
Nice.
in this Centaurus M200 with another Suckers tank on top, because that's all I use. And that is me. That is
Nice.
me. Shall we quickly say hello to some lovely people in chat?
Hello, lovely people.
Hello,
Hello,
lovely
lovely.
people. How are you? Nice to see you. Let me go to the top. Bum. Right. So first on the scene, Mr. Blazin. Hello, Mr. Blazin. JVJ, John Vaping Joker. Nice to see you, mate.
Hello, John.
Then we have Billy Lee. Nice to see you, Billy Lee. Then I keep going down. Mark Smith. Hello, Mark Smith. How are you?
Hello, Mark.
Then there's the same names. Then we've got another Smith, Lynn Smith. Welcome,
Oh.
Lynn. Hope you're well, mate.
Smithies.
Keeps going down. Andy Carruthers, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. JD0692, welcome to you as well. Hope you're good. Then we have Deke Duffy over on the Books of the Faceness. Welcome, Deke. Hope you're well.
Deke.
Then
Tag
we
master.
have the one and only
Errol.
Errol. How are you, mate?
Errol.
Hope you're doing good. There's a
You're
story
so-
behind that, Stu.
You're so in trouble at the expo. with that.
Yeah, I know I am.
I can't wait for him
then
to
we-
catch up with you.
Then we got Lizzie from Legio X. Welcome. Nice to see you. Mrs. Blazin. Hello, Mrs. Blazin. How are you? Still got Sam in all full glory there. Then we got Sunday afternoon vape show. Good evening, even afternoon. Confuse me. Yeah,
Good
evening.
Where am I?
Mr. Intense. Good evening, Mr. Intense. Hope you're well, mate. Mr. Ben M. Good evening, Ben. Nice to see you.
Ben.
And we got Becky. Hello, Becky. How are you? Vapor Bunny. Welcome to you. Nice to see you. Hope all is well in the Vapor Bunny camp. I think I'm getting towards the end. I'm probably not. I'm going to keep going down until I don't recognise the name anymore.
Katie Mason.
Katie Mason. Hello, Katie. Mark H.
Vapor.
Hello, Mark
Mark.
H. Probably haven't got there yet. John, Dick, Mark.
Nightbot.
Oh, Nightbot. Hello, Nightbot. How are you?
He's always in that one.
Katie Mason. There's Katie Mason. Hello, Katie.
And there's also Arachna Vapor. I don't know if you've seen him.
No, David Childs. Hello to you. Had them on the show once.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
Lovely blokes.
Who is it I hadn't seen? Sorry, Steve. Or so? Arachna Vapor, wasn't it?
Arachna
Yeah.
Vapor 71. Dean,
Arachno
Mr. Dean
Vapor
Hill.
71. Hello to you, Aidan M. Vapes.
That's
Hello
it.
to
Is
you,
that
mate.
new name? The Vaping Canadian.
Welcome.
No guesses from where they are from.
No, probably
Cyprus.
not, to be honest. Gareth, hello, mate. Hope you're good. Then Arachno Vapor, there you are. I found you at last. Good evening to you.
Free Rider Vapor.
Yeah,
Send
I think
yeah,
I just
send
said. I think I just said hi to him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean,
That is everybody. Massive welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us on this very. Don't know what it's like where you are, but it's very moist where I am. It's been all right all day, and it started raining this evening.
Yeah, it's a bit soggy here. Yeah.
It's been raining here all day. All day.
It's a bit soggy. So, Stu, thanks for joining us again. As I said, could you give us a little bit of background on Vape Smarter and sort of where the idea came from, etc. If you're all good with that.
How far do you want to go back?
Totally up
To the
to you.
beginning.
We've got 40 minutes.
Oh, we got loads of time then. My father was an engineer, and when I was very young, I started going. He had a factory, engineering factory, and I started going down there when I was at school. So this was back in the late 70s, I'm showing my age now, and early 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and I would go down after school, and up until I was about 16, I started going down there during the summer holidays, working at the factory. And so I would kind of like learn how to use the surface grinders and the millers and the lathes and all that kind of thing. And in those days, it wasn't CNC. So it wasn't kind of like push a button and away it goes. It was all by hand. So I learned to do that. And I was starting an apprenticeship there with a tool maker, a very old guy, tool maker, to be a tool maker. But I found that even though I loved my father very much, as a father, I couldn't work with him. And he gave me the gift of making, but it's one of these weird situations where you love him as a father, but as a person, you kind of like don't like him. So I left that. I was booked on to go on an apprenticeship with a company called Pasico and be an engineer. So I was going to go and get a degree in engineering. But I stopped and took a job as a jeweler in the jewelry quarter. And so I was a jeweler for 7 years. Okay. So I did that and went to jewelry college and that kind of thing and all that, and became a jeweler. Then I gave that up because I got bored, did various other things, gave those up, got bored. And then around about 30 years ago, I started being self-employed, doing various things, working with my son, who's now in his 30s. We worked together, various companies doing various things. One of them we ran and maintained an arboretum for 10 years, so that's where the sustainability comes into it. So growing trees, and so we were like overseen by a chap called Bede Howell, who's a massive expert on trees and arboretums and everything. And then I left that, and whilst I was in the middle of that, I designed, are you ready? Before the TPD, I brought a smart car and converted it into a mobile shop.
Okay.
So if on my group, if you go right the way back, you will see some pictures of the smart car that was wrapped with a company. I did about 2 or 3 of these, and it was completely wrapped. This is before the TPD. This is way before it. This is when vaping was in the golden age. And we wrapped it, and you open up the boot, and in the back of the boot was a complete shop with all the electrics and everything you wanted. And what I did was I sold a couple of those, and you could drive that car into a 3 meter by 3 meter bay and have a shop out the back and sell your vape stuff.
Okay.
Then the TPD came along, God,
Yeah.
overnight, because you can't advertise in the vehicle or on the vehicle, and advertising, it all changed. And the TPD literally destroyed anything like that. So I carried on working for myself, doing various different things, and then I was getting bored, and I started making bags and stuff in leather to carry mods. And then I stepped up from that and started making mods, and it carried on from there. So,
nice.
Look, hang on, my wife's got it there. Can you see if I get it?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Like that.
So that's a completely wrapped car, and it was a challenge off a distributor at the time. And I said I wanted to do it, and he says, if you do it, I'll buy one. And I did it. No, I can't show that's advertising. I did it, and he did. He bought one. And the cars were brilliant, but then it progressed, and I started making mods, and it started moving forwards from there. But because I'm a business, I had to separately tax it. So my business is different to Vape Smarter. So I had to separately tax the both, because it's a different thing and it all gets involved. And then I just carried on and started investing everything. Literally, your whole life savings have gone into it, everything. So it's like now I've got, because I'm used to working with lathes and millers, I've got 4 millers. I've got a CNC, I don't use it much because it's kind of like, by the time you programmed it and finished it and did it, it's just, I can quickly make a mod between the two. Laser engravers, lathes, polishing, and then I converted the workshop into 3-phase and upgraded the machinery to 3-phase. I tried to bribe the chap who was re-rigging our electric pole out here and said, would you put another phase of electric down to the workshop? And he didn't. I did try with a bottle of scotch, but it didn't work. So I got 3-phase converters in there, and and then the pandemic came along. I was making mods before, then the pandemic came along, and then it's just, all it's done is progressed and progressed and progressed. And so you just, you do about, my average week's about 80 hours to 100 hours a week.
Mm.
You're just constantly working.
Yeah, that is a
You
lot of
just
work.
don't switch. You just don't switch off. Yes, I did. I also did talks as well on vaping in the early days. I am not showing that picture. No. My wife showed me pictures. No, I'm not showing that one. I look like a proper idiot.
What?
No way. Oh, go on. Really? See? That was a big... No, you're not looking at it anymore.
Okay.
No. And then it's just carried on from there, really.
What first got you into vaping? Because presumably you vaped before you made it into a business.
Can't show that one either. That's advertising. No, I can't. They went on rather well. They went under in the end, didn't they? Back in the day, I was a lying undercover smoker to my wife and said I'd given up, and I was still smoking, and I was properly addicted to smoking. And then one day I was given a pack. This is where it gets tricky, because I know that people slag off disposables, and the disposables are a problem. Don't get me wrong. I can understand it. I started, do you remember E-lights?
Yes.
They looked like a cigarette and you unscrewed them.
Yeah.
I picked up one of them and tried it. 4 days later, I gave up, and I haven't smoked since.
And this is what it's all about: is the giving up. This is what vaping is about: giving up the
10
stinky.
years. And I'd smoked since I was 14. All this thing about kids smoking at school, you know, kids are vaping at school. That's where I smoked. That's
I was
where I was
12
introduced.
or 13, I think, when I started smoking at school.
So I'm just touching in the 50s, early. So I stopped smoking in 2009, 2010, would have been about 2010. I've never picked one up since. I can say that 100%. Never been tempted. Never picked one up. And I tried Champex. I tried nicotine gum, which broke two of my teeth. I was getting through a pack a day. I tried the stuff you shove at your nose. I tried willpower. My wife tried divorce, didn't work. We tried everything, and then it worked. So when I say the disposables in the market are terrible, they're not good for the industry.
No.
But if somebody uses one and gives up smoking, cracking.
Yeah, that's what it's about. They've got their place.
Yeah, they have
to help people give up, but we, you know, as an industry and as vapors, we should be trying to help people to get onto something like a pod system and moving up.
It's a controversial subject. I had a bit of an argument with somebody the other day over it, and she'd got a 15-year-old son, and she'd found 21 disposable cigarettes in his bedroom, and she went nuts. She knows what I did, and I was to blame. And I'm a little bit outspoken sometimes, and we're having an argument over it. And I said to her at the time, which perhaps on reflection I shouldn't have done, but I'm telling the truth. Would you rather that he smoked a cigarette instead?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the choice. You've got two choices: vaping or smoking. He'll be subjected to both. But at the end of the day, the education part of it is, neither is good to start, and you shouldn't do either.
No.
But he's going to be exposed to so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what we in the shop. It's the same in the shop. We've even started selling disposable vape. They're basically to get people to stop buying disposables. Yeah. And it's like a Lost Vape Ursa Nano. It's a pack of pods. It's 3 liquids. And more, and it's just all about getting that information out there, because people don't, they think, oh, I like this, and then you explain that there's 2 ml of e-liquid in a disposable. You can buy that costs you £5, whereas you can buy 3 liquids for like £10. Then you got 30 ml of e-liquid. It's just, and literally people, when you explain that to them, I'd say 90% of them say, yeah, you're right. I really need to save some money. If I'm going to vape, I'd rather vape more cost effectively and do less damage to the environment, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So it's
a difficult area to judge, and it's difficult. But I mean, with my own customers and people talking to me that have stepped off, they want something a bit stronger and they want to do tanks and stuff like that. When you add the fact that somebody's buying a disposable, it's costing them £5 a day, you can buy a cheap setup for 25 quid, 30 quid. It'll last you 6 months, and then you can go online and buy a short fill for 10, 12 quid, £15, 100 mils, which is gonna, and then you buy some coils which are really good, which will last you a long time. Some of the cotton that's coming out, it's not rocket science, but what's happened is, to the industry, I have never known such a self-destructive, backstabbing industry as the vape industry to actually destroy itself with bringing these things over from China and not thinking, well, what's going to happen in 12 months?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, when people say to me about prices on vapes and stuff, I'm like, yeah, my are high end, but it depends what you're after at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, mate. Know what you're saying. Yeah, if a child falls off a bike, is it the manufacturer's fault? Exactly.
Yeah. in this day and age, it probably is.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's definitely a claim there, I imagine.
Yeah, but it's like that woman years ago who was trying to sue McDonald's because her daughter was overweight. Because she kept saying McDonald's. I thought, well, are they standing outside with shotguns and forcing people to go in and buy Big Macs?
Yeah,
It's like,
you will buy this fillet of fish. No, but yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy one. It's a crazy one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're on Instagram, which I've seen lots of pictures on Instagram. I've also seen you on TikTok, and I've obviously also you've got a Facebook group as well. Nightbot is spamming Instagram and I think Instagram and Facebook and your website into the chat. So if anyone wants to go and check out some of Stu's lovely devices, please feel free. And there's a lot. It's obvious to me that I don't know lots about that sort of stuff, but it's obvious to me that it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and you put your heart and soul into it, which is is a fantastic thing in my opinion.
It does. I mean, it does at the end of the day, but the difference being with what I make, I don't just make vape stuff. That's the thing. I don't just make mods.
Yeah.
I'm a kind of a bit of a purist. So if you make a mod, you should make a drip tip, you should make a case, you should make a carry case, you should make a stand, you should be able to do a Boro, you should do a dicodes, you should be able to do a G-high, you should do an A60, you should be able to do a twin tube or a quad tube or a single tube. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all it is an extension of what you're making. And well, I also do coffee filters.
oh, nice. My wife will love that. My wife will love that. She's a barista, so she loves all things coffee.
Oh, I can see. This is now, boys and girls, this is a 58mm Gaudia, bottomless, naked portafilter with a stab wood, and it's got an exclusive Willy Bong seed in the end of it. You don't know about Willy Bong, do you? No, you don't. No. Ian, you need to ask that question on the group.
Okay, group. What is a Willy Bong seed? Anyone in the chat know? If you do, please post your comments.
Chris will know. Chris will know straight away. So
I do those. Chat. Come on.
And I do. So what else do we do? Shaving brushes as well.
We don't know about shaving.
I know a little bit.
Ian does. We don't.
Don't do your pits anymore.
They are unisex. You can shave whatever bit you want.
That's true.
They're not badger. They're not badger. I had to look into this,
They're not badger.
Because brushes, these are man-made fibers, because normally if you go, you can buy badger fibers for the brush. It's supposed to be badger hair.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when they make them in China, they don't shave the badger to get the badger hair. They kind of slaughter them.
Right.
So hence why I went for the man-made fiber.
Yeah.
But they're just as soft.
Yeah, God, imagine trying to shave a badger. Fucking hell.
Lay still, will you?
Yeah. This one's a bit scratchy.
Oh, no, you wanted to see him, didn't you?
Yeah.
We will say hello.
Hang on.
It's like my dog is pop in and say hello, but he's
see ya.
Get Stu in.
Hello. There we go.
There you go.
You're a bit of a looker, you are, aren't you?
What? Oh, beautiful dog.
Hello.
So this is Alfie, and he is he's the maker's mark on the mods, because I don't do the 1 of 500 mods or authentic rubbish card stuck in and then stamps, and I don't mess with that. Can you not?
Please don't shave Alfie.
Yeah, Lee Joe X is saying please don't shave Alfie.
I just use a paw print, So originally I had a badge and I put a badge in it, and now I actually infill in gold, 22 karat gold or silver into the side of the mod itself and infill it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's well. Actually, I do remember hearing about that a good while ago, and I'd forgotten about it. That's just really cool, really cool.
So he's just Alfie's just the maker. He's the maker's mark, so that people get a signed picture if they buy a mod and all the rest of it. It's kind of like more personal,
definitely
a personal touch,
like that.
So nice. It's the presentation of the mod is the key part. But what's you sniffing at? Look. Can you see? If you're waving at him, he might do something. You're gonna wave. Look.
There's lots of nice things going in here about you, Alfie. Look, so cute.
It's the beard.
It's the beard. He's not like talking to them. Yeah. Hairy.
So he's 11 now.
Bless him.
So is he 11 or 10? Are you sure? I thought he was 11. He's 10, possibly 11.
Okay.
So
cool. What's that in dog years?
Yeah.
He won't be going to Expo with me, unfortunately.
No.
I think my mum's dog is 15.
Well, I was going to go for an assistance dog. I thought if I got an assistance dog and stuck a high vis on him, I could kind of sneak him in. But I don't think they're going to they're not going to, you know what I mean? I don't think they're going to let me.
Yeah. Buy mod, stroke the dog.
No touching the dog.
He has been to shows. He went to the one. What was the one up? It was up in Shrewsbury. That's not far away from me.
Yeah, the camping one. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Vape Jam.
Yeah, Vape Fest. Yeah, you're right, Steve. Vape Fest. Or whoever said Vape Fest. Yeah, that's the one.
We took him to there, and we went to visit a few people, and they loved him. Didn't sell any damn mods. Everybody wanted to stroke the dog.
Does he like a fuss as well? Is he one of those dogs that just loves a fuss?
He's strange. He's quite sensitive. He doesn't like the postwoman. Postwoman's scared stiff of him. But he's quite, he's a bit defensive, but normally out and about, he's lovely. But there we go, Vape Fest. Yeah, that's never going to come back, is it? That's another one that's gone.
Yeah, which is a shame because out of all of them, that was probably the one that I would really enjoy. I mean, I really enjoy Expo, don't get me wrong, but I think Vape Fest would have been an amazing experience.
Wasn't there one called Vape Jam as well a few years back?
Yeah, but that was in London.
It was like another camping style one, wasn't it? Outdoors and.
I think Vape Jam was it.
No, it was in an arena, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was outside
arena
or something. Yeah.
What breed is Alfie? Alfie is a Daxi. He's a Dachshund. He's a tweenie, so he's not a miniature and he's not a standard. He's a mix between the two, and he's got huge paws. He's got big paws. But
he's one at Doncaster. I don't know, but I do recollect there being something in Doncaster back in the day. And I can't remember what.
There's been quite a few, but they've all kind of excel in London. But they've all.
Yeah, there you go. Craig knows.
Since the pandemic, there's been talk, but there isn't the people to go.
No.
You haven't got the mod makers anymore, and there's juice manufacturers. There's a few. The main popular ones are going to be at Expo, and where are they all going to be? In the home zone.
Yeah.
And mod makers wise, not a chance now.
And you don't really get. We were talking about it the other night on the other show that you don't really get the big American companies coming over anymore. The juice companies, they don't really come over now.
No, there used to be some huge American juice companies. But but I'm told that Europe is doing really well. Some of the major companies in Europe have had a good few months, but in this country, it's been troubling. It's been hard work. It's
There you go. That's the one. Vape Collective.
Vape Collective.
Thank you, Foxy, and welcome. Yeah, I do. I remember hearing about it. I remember there being loads. They were just like they were popping up all over the place, and it is a shame, to be sure, but it's how things are currently.
Yeah.
It's how things are currently. We have a little segment on this show as well, Stu, that basically shows off some pictures and stuff on Instagram. We do like a, what do you call it, Kurt? What's the exact word? Adam, what do we call it?
What's what?
What?
The segment, picture of the week, isn't it?
Picture of the week.
Although this week it is pictures of the week.
Of the week.
Are we doing the pictures or are we doing the? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're doing the pictures.
Right, I'll run the little bumper if I can find it. Oh, we didn't do the Who's in Chat bumper tonight. Rubbish.
That's all right.
Just need to say hello to Gaz quick.
What?
Hey, Gaz.
Oh, guys.
And I will quickly. Where's it gone? Oh, there we go. Here we go.
That's good.
You all right, Kurt? You ready to go in a moment?
I'm just getting the proper Instagram handle.
Nice one. Here we go.
So this week we are showcasing Stu's mods. The photographs are all taken by ginge152.tvc on Instagram.
Lesson.
Trevor Vanna, is that right? Is that
Yeah, look, Trevor's lovely.
Yeah, so they're all the shots are by Trevor, but they're all of the Vape Smarter mods. So can we get them up?
Please. The computer says yes.
Computer says no.
Come on, computer. Do your thing.
Technology, eh?
It's great. Love it.
It's amazing.
There we go.
And maybe, Stu, you can tell us what the mods are.
That's a lipo.
That's a big one.
DNA, it's a big one. DNA. He conned me into doing that. That block, when it was uncut, weighed a kilo. And when it was when I actually cast it, the damn thing started smoking. There was so much resin in there, and I actually ended up putting it in a bucket of water. That is pretty well the biggest mod, and I only have made one, and that was to him. It's a huge.
It's beautiful.
3 years ago.
That is a big mother hubbard.
My hands are too small for something like that.
He likes big mods. He likes big mods. He really does.
You will see Trevor quite often on the Vape Clouds stalls and stuff at expos. So if you do go to the Vape Clouds, go and say hello.
There's the odd maker's mark in the bottom corner.
Yes, we can see the paw just about on that one.
Yeah, smart. I like that.
I think there is a better photo where in a minute that you'll see the mark a little bit easier.
Right, yeah. Let's see if I can.
So if you see one of those marks, that's probably about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
Now this is what I'm interested in. One of these.
Kurt likes this.
My cup of tea.
It is beautiful.
That's a 21700 DNA 100C Bora.
Beautiful.
And that's an older one as well. That was one of the first ones I ever made. That was about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, he had it with it. The first time I seen it was in May last year. He had it with him at the expo. And I fell in love with it since then.
It is very nice. And Boros are very popular at the moment. People love them again, which is good.
Yeah, I've got my billets, but this is something just a step up, isn't it?
They're very labour-intensive things to make. Very labour-intensive. But yeah, that's that one. So
nice.
It's got a reversed engrade plate on it as well. So that's fully serviceable, that mod.
That's
the reason why the screws are the faceplate.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. See, I like that.
twin 18650. That's an older one. Faceplate's full length. That's engraved and infilled. I can't even remember its name now. What is the name? There's most likely I'd say 500 to 800 mods after that I made.
Wow.
I can't remember that one. I can't remember. Each mod has a name, and each name is important to the mod, even though he says that and he's forgotten what it's called. If you name something, it gives it life.
Definitely.
So
it
can be like an emotion at the time, or it can be something that you were doing, or it can be something to do with the person. And the name comes before the mod, and the mod is then designed around the name. But after you've finished making the mod, it's gone. I lose all track of everything. It's kind of, once it's gone out the door, it's gone out the door, and I don't remember much about it. It's a very weird experience with creating anything.
Like that, I do.
Yeah, that's an engraved one. That's ivory. Engraved ivory with black.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that. I like the colours as well.
But it's the older design, that one is. That's an older design.
Lovely.
Same one again.
Some good pictures, doesn't it, this geezer? There's some good pictures.
Oh, hello. Hello.
He does all right, doesn't he?
Come on, computer. Sort yourself out.
Quad tube, 18650, 400 watt. Big mod.
Yeah.
He loves his big mods.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Again, I love the colours.
Yeah, it's the colours.
Yeah, that depends. I mean, the blocks I'm doing at the moment are slightly different colours, different process. But so you make the block first. So that's kind of like you've got there's a red and a green and a purple, Myra, a microflake. There's a pearl in there, there's an orange in there, and there's a red in there as well. And there was a touch, if I remember correctly, banana yellow as well. And the wood is a burl on the back. So,
but this makes
tank.
This makes each mod that you make very individual as well, though, doesn't it? The colours are never really, even if they're similar, they're not the same.
Myself personally, I tend not to make massive mods.
Yeah.
Because the market is not. The market is there, but it's like a niche market.
Yeah, very, very niche now. It used to be a big market.
Yeah. But some people like that big. Personally, I don't like huge mods. I mean, they're okay, and it's nice, but each one of those tubes inside there has two connections. So you've got two connections per tube. There's 4 tubes. So there's 8 cables in there that go into it. So it really will. It's 400 watts. It's a big old boy.
Yeah.
So, but that's the new engraving. Well, that's the new infilling with the gold there. So that's 22 carat infill. It says he's going to be skinned. You better buy some stuff. But yeah, that was a nice one. I enjoyed that. That was a nice one. I'm actually doing one.
Okay.
It's a different formulation of resin.
Okay.
So it's kind of like it's a step up from that. I don't 3D print, and I don't resin print. I don't do either of those. I don't resin printing is just forget it. It's just not even worth it. You'll never get the color pattern.
No.
So if it's a standard block, you can have the most of it is 16 colors. I had 16 colours in there. But at the moment, I'm doing different things. So I got a water-cooled pressure chamber because I'm kind of over putting too much pressure on them at the moment because I'm trying different things. So you kind of like 160 psi coming up to that, but you get a lot of heat, see. So it's pushing that colour on that block is pushing it further than what it should be able to do.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. Very nice. I haven't come across one I don't know how to look of yet, to be fair.
When I spoke to him today, he was using that one, the bigger one.
I can't remember which one that one is. That was an old one as well. That's a blued steel faceplate. That's an old one. That's an older design.
Yeah.
The mod I'm making now, she's still got the old port print. So that was different. That was about 3 different blues and some black. I think it was a pearlescent black, and then you had some Erie dress in there as well, which is another. And I think there was a candy in it. I think I probably put a candy. The green one was a purple candy. You can see that one on the green, purple candy. So,
yeah, nice. I do like it. Like it lots.
I like it a lot.
Like it a lot.
I think. Is there any? I can't remember this.
Might be one of the last ones, is it?
I think it might be one of the last ones. I think. Yeah.
I think that is the last one.
That's the last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last.
Very nice. Very
nice. Please head over to Instagram and give Ginger a follow. I think Nightbot has got his details. Is that right? Have we done that?
No, Nightbot probably hasn't.
Nightbot hasn't. Okay, so it's ginge152.tvc. There's some incredible photos. It's not just Vape Smarter photos. There's a lot on there.
He's very good at it.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's really, he's lovely. He's a good supporter. So, and then he throws challenges at me and phones me up and says, "Can you do such and such and such?" And so I'm like, "Oh, don't pack it in. I really want one. So can you make one?" I go away. And then I also now and again if I don't like it, I have this tendency that I'll stick a hammer through it. If I don't, it's a kind of like if you're making something and you start from scratch, it's no good. If you get to a point and I don't like it, then I'll put a hammer through it and start again. Yeah. And I've done that quite a few times now. And you would see that on the group. There would be a picture that comes up and say, "Nah." And it's kind of like somebody will go, "Oh, but that's lovely." If you've lost the thread, because the way you make is you see, if I've got, say, let's have a look, say, what's that one? No, I won't use that one. Oh, well, there we go, that one. So that's a squonker.
Yeah.
So that's a 18650 squonker. So you've got a sterling silver faceplate on the front there, hand engraved, red buttons, and all the rest of it. So you've got different colours there, blue, the red there, and everything. And then you've got, what have I got on the top here? Then you've got the seeds. You've got the seeds on the back. Hang on, I gotta get that right. I'm used to this. So you've got that there. So the way you make is you have that, and you have the finished product in your mind of what you want it to be like, and then you work backwards from that. So you've got the idea of what you want to make and how it's going to be laid out, and then you work backwards all the way to the start. But if each point it doesn't add up to what the finished article was like, you can't recover from it. So it's like painting a picture. So you've got the picture in your mind of what you want to paint, but you start from all the way, you go all the way back. It's kind of like how I make the item. It's the same as anybody, you know, it's not, if you were like pushing a button to make something, you would just push a button and it will go. Doo, 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 and yeah, great.
Yeah.
But if you're making it from a block, you've got to visual what it's going to look like at the end. Then you know where all the key parts are.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm halfway through it and I've lost the thread, it's not work. And you end up with just a piece on the workbench. And I can fix this. I can do this. I can bring it back. And yeah, no, you must just throw it in the bin and start again.
Must have to have some patience as well, I imagine.
As like I said before the chat, anybody can do this. Any one of your viewers can make a mod. All it is repetition.
Yeah.
The same as my wife, Liz, is a fantastic cook. They can hear you. She's a fantastic cook. I struggle to boil an egg. It's a bit complicated. When do I put the egg in the water? And it's overcomplicated. But
yeah,
she's kind of like learned from an early age, and it's repetition. What she can do, what she can't do, limitation stuff and stuff like that. And she watches things all the time and does stuff, and it's exactly the same. Any of your members could make a mod, and if somebody's put all their heart and soul into making something, the worst thing I can do is turn around and say that's awful, that's rubbish. Because if they spent 4 weeks making it and it's everything they could ever possibly achieve, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But people are too fast to judge somebody, and I had seen some horrific mods, but I also know that person has spent 6 weeks and every little spare bit of money he's had to make that item. So 12 months time or 2 years time, it could be the next Fisher Sound. He could be up there.
Yeah.
It's just practice. That's all it is.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to put my headphones in because the rain's coming down.
Never seen Steve so quiet.
Yeah. Just drooling over the mods, that's all.
Braw and Blasder, good evening to you. Hope you're good too.
Evening.
If anyone fancies any liquids from Braw and Blasder, please,
Don't forget
that
the
little
discount
code scrolling across the bottom. Feel free to use it. Same with Spurgo and the same with Calls by Scott. Should you fancy some stuff?
Juice.
Juice and coils.
Juice and coils.
I had a few like random quick fires to go for. I might go for a few because I'm quite wary of what the time is. We've done lots of talking, which has been amazing. But I also had I've got a few, Stu, but they're all pretty delicate. To be fair, they're easy enough.
Go on.
So what we like to do when we have a guest on is we just fire some stuff at people. So basically, what word do you hate hearing? What's your least favourite?
I was going to say that.
I knew that was coming.
Hobbyist. Don't say hobbyist. Don't say it. You're not hobbyist vapors. Nobody's a hobbyist
Ian.
vapor.
Sorry, my bad. Okay. What we got? Who is your hero? Do you have a hero of any description?
Apart from my wife Liz, who is my hero.
It's a great answer.
Say R.
It's a great answer.
No, she's not going to say R. Fred Dibner, he's a great hero. He was that. Some artists, some various people, I can't name, so I forget now, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Stuart's pipes are very good. Yes, I do. Yeah, I make pipes as well.
Send those.
Lynn Smith's got a couple of my pipes actually. Apart from that's about it, really.
It's all good.
mean, yeah. So you know.
Yeah, maybe collector, Foxy. Maybe that's the way to go.
Enthusiast.
What else do I have? If you were to change your first name, what would you change it to? Have you got a favourite name apart from your own?
No.
That's
I
all
don't
good.
like Stuart. I don't like Stuart. Never have done.
Yeah. So you go with Stu.
I
That's fair.
like Stu. I hate Stuart. I don't like that.
Do you do any mouth to lung in, by the way? Because I've got direct to lung, mouth to lung down here. Do you do much mouth to lung in, or are you literally just a direct to lung person when it comes to vaping?
I don't. Doug Hyde. Yes, that's it. Yes. Sorry, Doug Hyde. That's another person I admire. What mouth? No. I don't differentiate between the two, and I could never. It's. I know that people do MTL, and I know people do direct to lung, but I vape as I used to smoke, so I've never really paid it any attention.
Yeah.
No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
So with the Boros at the moment, everybody's saying, "Oh, it's MTL, it's a Boro," and yet people are buying Boros, which are like mesh coils, DNA 250Cs with 2 batteries or 4 batteries, mechs that like firing at an 18650 mech or a 21700 mech Boro. It's not going to be 18 watts.
No.
Yeah. So it's the lines are never on the same line. They're always kind of like all over the place. So I vape how I used to smoke, whatever that is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Also, question we always like to ask, which is very random, but what colour is your toothbrush?
Blue.
Blue.
Good
yeah,
blue.
Mine's blue.
It's electric.
Blue and white. Yeah, electric.
Blue and white. It's the way to go. Sorry about the rain.
My wife is black and white, and if it's very early in the morning, I sometimes have in the past used it by mistake.
Oh no!
Don't even go there.
No,
don't even go there.
If I use my partner's toothbrush, I imagine I'd be right in the doghouse.
Well, maybe things happen. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up, take the time,
just grab it and go. Yeah.
Oh dear! Oh, I've used the wrong toothbrush.
Kieran, nice to see you, mate. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I think really that was pretty much. I had a few. Favorite animal? I think I probably know the answer to that. Yeah, I did have cat and dog. We're going to scrap that out as well.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it from what I've got. Any of you guys got anything you would like to?
I think so.
I think you covered it.
Oh, inside leg measurement.
Oh yeah, that is one we like to know.
Yeah. You don't have to answer.
I'm not even going to say that until you come and meet me at the show.
Okay, tell us at the show.
But put it this way:
bring a measuring tape.
When I met Gaz, Flat Cat Vapor, that was kind of like I said to him at the time. You look, just sit down, will you? I have never known anybody as tall as Gaz.
Very tall man. Very tall man.
He is absolute. That's obscene.
He's a giant. He's a giant.
He's a lovely man, though. He's
oh yeah, love Gaz. Love Gaz.
Just a shame he's not coming. This
yeah, I know.
Nice.
Yeah, he's on his hollybops. Fancy doing that during Expo.
I know, right?
Rude.
That's why I put mine for the week after.
Yeah, exactly. And mine's like week after that. So you got to plan these things, haven't you?
Got to plan ahead.
Got to plan these things. Lovely. Oh. Right, this is right. I'm sorry, Stu, about this. Okay, I'm going to apologize.
I've seen Ginge. Hello, Ginge.
I'm going to apologize about this now. But we do like to. We have this thing that we stumbled across on TikTok.
You'll love this.
And it's very random, but we love it. And the chat.
It's like Marmite. You'd either love it or hate it.
Yeah, it's a bit catchy though. It's a bit catchy. So I'm just going to quickly do that before we then we'll come back and then we'll.
Good chatting to you as well, Trev.
Here we go. Sing along, everyone.
Wat is met tos, 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 tosti-apparaat? Waar is mijn tosti-apparaat? Waar is mijn tosti-apparaat? Waar is mijn tosti-apparaat? Ik kan hem niet vinden in de keuken, kan hem niet vinden op het toilet, kan hem niet vinden in de kamer, had ik maar beter op hem gelet. Hij staat ook niet in de bijkeuken en ook niet in de schuur. Ik zag hem net nog liggen in de la 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 la
Love it.
Don't judge. Don't judge. That's all I'm going to say. We found it. It's kind of part of it. If you look down in the right-hand corner, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, but down in the right-hand corner, holding up all the logos, he's there as well. But yeah, he's just... sorry, Mrs. Blazing. Vapor Bunny's all over it, though. She loves it. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or whether she actually does like it. But she says love it.
She loves it.
Yeah, she loves it.
Almost as much as she loves...
Yeah, careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful what you're going to say next, please. Right, that's it. I have what the hell, Trevor says. Yes, Trevor, I know, mate. I know. It's a bit like that, but we like to play it. So yeah, massive thanks, Stu. We really appreciate you coming on to our little show. Thank you ever so much for that. Everyone in chat, please make sure you pop over to his Facebook group. Nightbot's been spamming it in, so pop over there and
the Instagram.
Say hello and get amongst all the lovely images and the chats and stuff that go on over there. Also, the website's been put into chat as well. So should someone be interested in a device, how does it work? Do they contact you and then you discuss?
I need to set up a shop at some point. I'm accredited and passed with Viva Wallet to actually sell, but I've got a Wix website, but the trouble is Wix don't have a payment gateway for Viva Wallet. Okay. Even though they've been working on it for 3 years now, they haven't done it yet. PayPal's a no-no, and PayPal's just hateful anyway. So I paid for this payment gateway with Viva Wallet, which is just a nightmare to get, because it's all Visa and MasterCard. So I'm going to go for a Shopify site. But because I've got all these mods I've made here, which I'm going to take to the show, if they don't sell at the show, and I'm going there fully expecting nothing to sell, then they'll go onto a Shopify site. But then but most of the time it's just a lot easier just to send a message of what you want. But there's keywords that you shouldn't use. Ready? Buddy. Don't say buddy. Buddy, pal. Where I come from, my original roots, if somebody called you a pal, it was a punch-up. And mate. Don't say mate.
Fella.
I am a bit prone to mate.
I'm prone to bud. All right, bud?
I like chap. I like chap as well. Chap's quite good. I like chap.
Oh, no, not chap. Hello,
bro.
Chap.
So we all know what we don't need to say to Stu when we say
I'm always from the USA, bro. Dude. Bro.
Hey, dude.
No.
Dude.
No. I'm not 13.
So just hi Stu is the way to go.
Yes, hi Stu. Okay. I'd like to do such and such and such and that, such and such. But
I am indeed. I am after a burrow.
But it's kind of like, I'll try and get back to you, but I get a lot of people talking. So you go through on the website. There's a vape starter inquiry form that cuts out an awful lot of questions.
Yeah.
But the main questions are, somebody will say they want a mech and they want to be able to vape at 0.00008 ohm on a mech, and I end up going, no.
Yeah.
Because you'll blow yourself. Do you know what Ohm's law is? And they're like, is it housing state in Bradford? No. So it's that kind of, it's since we've had disposables and it's just gone, you know, people don't know how to use mechs. They're used to sticking a coil onto an Aspire they brought for a tenner. So use the inquiry form, send an inquiry through, and then what I'll do is I'll reply to you. But if you don't get a reply, I've just seen a flash. Yo, bro, you want some more?
Yo, bro, want to buy one?
Oh, God, I get that. How much, mate? That's the other one. And it's like, what do you want?
What you like with what you like with Homeboy? You all right with that?
Yeah,
Homeboy.
Home slice.
Home slice.
Oh dear. Better leave that there.
Anyway.
You're trying to wind them up now, aren't you? Yeah.
Anyway, no, definitely no. We don't do that. Massive thanks, Stu. As I said earlier, we really appreciate you coming on to our show. Thank you ever so much. Everyone in chat, you've all been amazing as ever. We love you all.
I just say a big thank you to Ginge for letting us use the photos. That was much appreciated.
Thank you, Ginge. Thank you very much, Kurt, as well. And thank you, Steve, for that stuff, technical knowledge, and tinkering around with the intro and making it all look pretty. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's really it. We'll be back. Friday.
No, possibly Monday. See how
should be.
Expo, innit?
Expo, innit?
We can.
Should be.
Tired.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I think it'd be good. It'd be good to reflect. It'd be good.
There will be a show, and it'll probably just be full of photos and little videos that we've done.
Yeah, should be. Should be fun. Should be fun. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Stu. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Kurt. Thanks, chat. And we'll see you all next time. Take care.
And hopefully we'll see some of you at the expo.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah, if we're not hiding.
Take care, everyone. See you later.
Bye.
See you later.